In this video, we're pulling back the label on what's really hiding inside America's most popular frozen dinners. The 10 brands loading your meals with preservatives linked to cancer, sodium levels that blow past your entire daily limit in a single tray, and recall histories involving glass, plastic, rocks, and even wood fragments found in the food. And here's the good news. Stick around to the end, because I'll reveal 4 brands that are actually doing it right. Let's open the freezer and find out what you've really been eating. 10. Kid Cuisine. Starting at number 10, Kid Cuisine is made by Conagra Brands and marketed directly at children using cartoon, penguin mascots, augmented reality games, and meals themed around dinosaurs and outer space. Sounds fun, until you flip the box over. The Mac and Cheese Bites meal packs 990 milligrams of sodium. For a child, that's roughly a third of their entire recommended daily limit in one sitting. The same meal delivers 540 calories, 19 grams of fat, and 10 grams of added sugar. And those numbers don't even account for the brownie with sprinkles that comes inside the tray as part of the meal. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry exam. You'll find autolyzed yeast extract, which is a hidden form of MSG, sodium phosphate, caramel color, corn syrup in the chocolate dipping sauce, and bleached wheat flour. Registered dietitian Lisa Moskovitz has pointed out that these meals consistently contain higher amounts of sodium, added sugar, and saturated fat than what any child should be consuming regularly. Other dietitians have described the ingredient list as being as long as a CVS receipt. What makes Kid Cuisine particularly frustrating is the intentional gap between the marketing and the product. The box shows bright colors and fun characters. It promises a complete meal, but the actual food inside is ultra-processed, high in sodium, low in fiber, and designed to be as cheap as possible to manufacture. The fact that it includes a dessert in every single tray, whether it's a brownie, a pudding, or chocolate-coated sprinkle cookies, tells you exactly who the target audience is and why the nutritional standards are so low. This isn't a meal designed around a child's health. It's a meal designed around a child's impulse. 9. Amy's Kitchen. At number 9, Amy's Kitchen is the brand that might surprise you. Their ingredients are genuinely cleaner than most competitors on this list. Organic, no TBHQ, no BHA, no BHT, no artificial colors. So why is it here? Because what's happening behind the label is a different story entirely. In January 2022, NBC News reported that workers at the Santa Rosa, California factory alleged dangerously fast production lines running 66 to 70 plates every 60 seconds. Workers described being denied bathroom breaks and drinking water, fire exits being blocked, and multiple incidents of fingers being amputated by machinery. Cal/OSHA investigated and confirmed 10 minor and 3 major violations, issuing $25,000 in fines. Over the past decade, Amy's has been fined over $100,000 to settle federal health and safety violations. In July 2022, the company abruptly closed its San Jose plant, leaving more than 300 workers unemployed, most of them Latina women. Workers alleged it was retaliation for unionization efforts. The company reportedly hired a firm described as a notorious union-busting consultancy. A 2-year boycott followed, supported by Food Empowerment Project. Then there's the recall record. March 2015 brought a listeria scare covering nearly 74,000 cases. A 2021 Class 1 recall hit 15,626 cases for undeclared milk in a vegan product. November 2022 saw another recall for plastic contamination, and in March 2024, yet another listeria recall distributed across 21 states. Some of their non-light sodium varieties exceed 700 milligrams per serving. Consumers paying premium organic prices deserve to know what's happening on the production floor, not just what's printed on the nutrition panel. 8. Totino's Pizza Rolls. At number 8, Totino's Pizza Rolls contain one of the most controversial ingredient lineups in the entire frozen food aisle. The cheese pizza rolls list TBHQ directly on the label. That's tert-butyl-hydroquinone, a synthetic preservative that the Environmental Working Group found harms the immune system at doses comparable to toxicity levels observed in animal studies. Their research suggests it may even influence flu vaccine effectiveness. The pepperoni varieties stack BHA, BHT, and sodium nitrite on top of the TBHQ. That's 4 separate preservatives of concern in a single snack. The imitation mozzarella cheese contains titanium dioxide, an artificial color that the European Union banned from food entirely in 2022. It also includes sodium aluminum phosphate, and prolonged aluminum intake has raised neurological concerns in published research. And about that cheese, it's not actually cheese. It's made from vegetable oil, modified food starch, and rennet casein. A typical portion of 12 to 15 pizza rolls delivers 760 to 1,050 milligrams of sodium. Despite all of this, Totino's is still marketed as a fun after-school snack for teenagers. But the additives in this product are concerning enough that they wouldn't be legal in several other countries. 7. Stouffer's. At number 7, Stouffer's uses the tagline, "Freshly made, simply frozen," and promotes claims of no preservatives and real ingredients. The Environmental Working Group tells a different story. Multiple Stouffer's products received the worst possible score of 10 out of 10 on EWG food scores. The Cheesy Chicken Ranch Bowl contains sodium nitrite, which is flagged as a higher concern ingredient associated with cancer. It also contains autolyzed yeast extract, a hidden form of MSG, and bioengineered food ingredients. The classic lasagna with meat sauce in the 10.5-ounce size packs 1,010 milligrams of sodium plus half a gram of trans fat per serving. The family-size version contains approximately 4,700 milligrams of sodium across its 5 listed servings. And it gets worse. In March 2025, Stouffer's voluntarily recalled batches of its 96-ounce party-sized chicken lasagna after wood-like material was found in the food, with 1 potential choking incident reported. The products had been sold at Walmart and other retailers across all 50 states. For a brand that markets itself on wholesome, home-style cooking, the gap between the advertising and the ingredient reality is striking. 6. Marie Callender's at number 6. Marie Callender's chicken pot pie is the textbook example of serving size manipulation in the frozen food industry. The nutrition label lists the facts for half the pie. But let's be honest, nobody eats half a pot pie and puts the rest back in the fridge. When you eat the whole thing, which is what virtually every consumer does, you're actually consuming approximately 1,300 milligrams of sodium, 880 calories, 52 grams of fat, and 22 grams of saturated fat. That's more than your entire daily saturated fat allowance in one meal. The traditional lasagna with meat and sauce delivers 1,630 milligrams of sodium per serving, which is 71% of the daily recommended limit. Products contain BHT, sodium bisulfite, carrageenan, and sodium phosphates. But the nutrition label isn't the only concern. In June 2010, a Salmonella Chester outbreak from the cheesy chicken and rice meal sickened 37 people across 18 states. The pathogen was isolated from unopened packages, meaning the contamination happened during production. Lawsuits were filed in Oregon District Court by food safety firm Marler Clark. Then in June 2023, another recall pulled 2,717 pounds of beef shepherd's pie after flexible plastic was discovered inside the food. For a brand that trades on the warmth and nostalgia of homemade cooking, the manufacturing reality is a long way from Grandma's kitchen. 5. El Monterey. Approaching the top 5, El Monterey holds one of the worst recall records of any frozen brand on the market. In June 2019, they recalled over 246,000 pounds of breakfast wraps after consumers found small rocks embedded in the food. One person was injured. That triggered a Class 1 recall, which is the most severe category, meaning the USDA determined a reasonable probability of serious health consequences. 6 months later, in December 2019, another 55,013 pounds of breakfast burritos were recalled after white, semi-rigid plastic pieces were found inside. Then in October 2024, El Monterey's chicken and cheese taquitos, the 30-count package sold at Costco, were swept into the massive Bruce Pack Listeria monocytogenes recall, affecting nearly 10 million pounds of products industry-wide. The signature 3-cheese quesadilla contains 840 milligrams of sodium with 11 grams of saturated fat per serving. 3 major recalls in 5 years involving rocks, plastic, and a potentially deadly pathogen. That's a pattern, not a fluke. 4. Jimmy Dean. At number 4, Jimmy Dean is owned by Tyson Foods and recently made headlines for one of the largest frozen food recalls in American history. In September 2025, approximately 58 million pounds of Jimmy Dean sausage on a stick and state fair corn dogs were pulled from shelves after pieces of wood were found embedded in the batter. 5 people were injured. This came after a December 2018 recall of 29,028 pounds of Heat and Serve sausage links, following 5 complaints of metal fragments. Beyond the recalls, the Diktiman nutritional profile raises serious concerns. The Meat Lover's stuffed hash browns contain 700 milligrams of sodium per single hash brown. Eating 2, which is a typical serving, delivers 1,400 milligrams. The pancakes and sausage on a stick provide approximately 1,230 milligrams of sodium, 750 calories, and 45 grams of fat for just 3 sticks. Dietitians have flagged some Jimmy Dean products for containing over 75 individual ingredients, packed with inflammatory oils, artificial flavors and colors, gums, and synthetic preservatives. When a product needs 75 ingredients to make a breakfast sausage, something has gone seriously wrong with the recipe. 3. Hot Pockets. Claiming the number 3 spot, Hot Pockets are made by Nestlé and carry a recall history that should concern anyone who's ever grabbed one from the freezer. On January 15, 2021, the USDA issued a Class 1 recall for 762,615 pounds of pepperoni Hot Pockets. Class 1 is the highest severity level. It means the USDA determined there was a reasonable probability of serious adverse health consequences or death. The reason? Pieces of glass and hard plastic were found inside the product. 4 consumer complaints were filed, including 1 minor oral injury. The contaminated products were manufactured between November 13th and 16th of 2020 at the Mount Sterling, Kentucky plant. Beyond the recall, the ingredient list is a preservative cocktail. The crispy crust pepperoni pizza variety contains sodium nitrite, BHA, and BHT, all 3 packed into the pepperoni alone. The premium pepperoni version has 830 milligrams of sodium per single sandwich. Other varieties include autolyzed yeast extract, which is hidden MSG, carrageenan, caramel color, and corn syrup solids. Every variety lists bioengineered food ingredients. When a Class 1 recall warns of glass shards in your food and the ingredient list looks like this, you have to wonder what exactly you're paying for. 2. Banquet coming in at number 2. Banquet has the single worst recall history of any frozen meal brand in America. And it's not close. The 2007 Salmonella outbreak from Banquet pot pies sickened 401 people across 41 states and hospitalized 128. The CDC estimated the true number of illnesses could have exceeded 15,000, accounting for unreported cases. Those pot pies were being produced at a Marshall, Missouri plant, churning out 1 million pies per day. A nationwide class action lawsuit followed, but the problems didn't stop there. In September 2023, Banquet recalled 245,366 pounds of chicken strips meals after plastic pieces were found inside the food, causing 1 oral injury. A 2017 recall pulled 110,817 pounds of chicken nuggets with mac and cheese over salmonella-contaminated brownie mix that was included in the tray. The products themselves contain BHA and BHT, preservatives that are banned in several other countries. Trans fat content runs between 0.5 and 1 gram per serving. The Mega Meats fried chicken delivers 1,540 milligrams of sodium. The Mega Bowl chicken fried steak contains half a gram of trans fat and 55% of your daily saturated fat value. Ingredient lists routinely exceed 30 items. When a brand has sickened potentially thousands of people, been recalled for plastic and pathogens multiple times, and still fills its products with banned preservatives. Number 2 on this list seems generous. 1. Hungry Man. Taking the number 1 spot as the absolute worst frozen meal you can buy, Hungry Man consistently produces the highest sodium frozen dinners on the American market. The double meat bowls breaded chicken Alfredo contains 2,140 milligrams of sodium. That's 93% of the FDA's 2,300 milligram daily limit in one single meal. And it completely blows past the American Heart Association's ideal cap of 1,500 milligrams. The XL Nashville Hot Fried Chicken Bowl hits 2,040 milligrams. Even the classic Salisbury Steak packs 1,700 milligrams of sodium plus 1.5 grams of trans fat. But the sodium is only part of the story. The Salisbury Steak ingredient list includes MSG listed directly, plus 2 additional hidden forms of MSG in the form of autolyzed yeast extract and hydrolyzed soy protein. It also contains BHT, caramel color appearing multiple times, sodium phosphates, sodium bisulfite, and corn syrup solids. The boneless fried chicken adds another direct MSG listing, plus half a gram of trans fat. For context, a 2023 JAMA crossover trial at Vanderbilt University enrolled 213 individuals aged 50 to 75 and found that 73% of them were sodium sensitive, meaning dietary sodium directly spiked their blood pressure. One Hungry Man dinner delivers almost the entire day's sodium for people in that exact age group. Hungry Man holds a 2.0 out of 5-star rating across 543 consumer reviews, with top complaints including false advertising and poor quality. When a single frozen dinner can blow through your daily sodium limit, load you with multiple forms of MSG, hit you with trans fat, and still use preservatives linked to health concerns, that's not a meal. That's a medical liability. Why this matters more than you think. Before we get to the 4 brands actually doing things right, you need to understand something that makes all of this worse. Every frozen meal on this list comes in a plastic tray that you microwave. A July 2023 study from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, published in Environmental Science and Technology, found that microwave heating of plastic food containers released up to 4.22 million microplastic particles and 2.11 billion nanoplastic particles per square centimeter of plastic within just 3 minutes. In cell toxicity testing, over 77% of human embryonic kidney cells died after 48 to 72 hours of exposure to the released particles. A 2025 follow-up study found that freezing containers at negative 20 degrees Celsius before microwaving, which is exactly what happens with every frozen meal, released even more microplastics. Intestinal cells showed direct uptake of those particles, and it goes beyond microplastics. In April 2023, the WADA, European Food Safety Authority, reviewed over 800 studies and lowered the safe daily intake level for BPA by a factor of 20,000. They concluded that current dietary exposures exceed this new limit by 2 to 3 orders of magnitude for all age groups. The primary concern is that BPA harms the immune system, increasing specific immune cells linked to allergic inflammation and autoimmune disorders. The EU followed with a complete ban on BPA in all food contact materials in December 2024. The FDA has not moved its position, so you're not just eating the sodium and the preservatives, you're also consuming the container. And here's the bigger picture that ties all of these brands together. A February 2024 umbrella review published in the BMJ analyzed 45 pooled studies covering 9.9 million participants. They found that ultra-processed food consumption is linked to a 21% higher risk of dying from any cause, a 66% higher risk of heart disease death, a 40% higher diabetes risk, and a 55% higher obesity risk. Under the Nova Food classification system, virtually every frozen dinner from the 10 brands we just covered falls into Group 4, the ultra-processed category. These are products defined by ingredients you would never find in a home kitchen: protein isolates, hydrogenated oils, modified starches, emulsifiers, and synthetic additives. The research is no longer ambiguous. These products are associated with worse health outcomes at a population level. One more thing before we move on. The labeling on frozen meals is designed to confuse you. The word natural on a frozen food package means almost nothing. The FDA has never developed a formal definition for the term. Their informal position is that they won't object if the food doesn't contain added color, artificial flavors, or synthetic substances. But that's a policy stance, not an enforceable regulation. Foods labeled natural can still be genetically modified, produced with pesticides, and loaded with preservatives like sodium phosphates and modified starches. And then there's the trans fat loophole. FDA rules allow products containing less than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving to be labeled as 0 grams trans fat. That's how multiple products on this list show 0 grams trans fat on the front, while the actual content sits right at the rounding threshold. If you eat 2 servings, which many of these meals encourage by splitting single portion products into 2 technical servings, you're consuming clinically meaningful amounts that the label pretends don't exist. After everything we've just covered, here's the good news. These 4 brands prove that frozen meals can be made with real ingredients, responsible practices, and without loading your dinner with preservatives classified as carcinogens. If you're going to eat frozen meals, and most of us do, these are the ones that actually deserve your money. 4. Tattooed Chef. Starting our safe list at number 4, Tattooed Chef operates something you almost never see in the frozen food world, a vertically integrated farm-to-freezer model. The majority of its non-GMO and organic produce is cultivated, processed, and packaged in a family-owned 100,000 square foot automated facility in Presidi, Italy. That level of supply chain control is virtually unmatched in frozen foods. The veggie hemp bowl contains just 260 milligrams of sodium, which is among the lowest of any frozen meal on the market. Products include USDA organic options, and the line is vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO, Project Verified. Available at Kroger, Costco, Target, and Walmart at roughly $3.99 to $5.99 per serving. The parent company went through financial restructuring, which caused some product discontinuations, but the product quality and Italian farming origin remain intact. When the farm that grows your vegetables is the same facility that freezes them, you eliminate a lot of the contamination risk that plagues industrial supply chains. 3. Saffron Road. At number 3, Saffron Road holds one of the rarest certification combinations in frozen food. Halal certified through Afanca, certified gluten-free through GFCO, non-GMO Project Verified, and certified B Corp. The brand uses grass-fed lamb, vegetarian-fed antibiotic-free chickens, and organic chickpeas. No artificial ingredients, no seed oils, and minimal added sugar. The chicken enchiladas al chipotle contain 570 milligrams of sodium per meal, which falls comfortably under the 600 milligram healthy threshold the FDA recently established. Available in over 25,000 retail locations including Kroger, Target, Walmart, and Whole Foods at $3.99 to $5.99 per serving. The brand recently reformulated to include 50 to 100% more chicken and lamb than competitors. No significant controversies found. For a frozen meal that covers Indian, Thai, Korean, and Mexican cuisines with about 15 different entrees, this is one of the most accessible clean options on the market. 2. Kevin's Natural Foods. Coming in at number 2, Kevin's Natural Foods has built what might be the most credible, clean label, frozen meal line available at mainstream retail. Every product is paleo certified, gluten-free, and soy-free. Instead of soy sauce, they use coconut aminos. Instead of refined sugar, they use prune juice and monk fruit. Proteins are antibiotic-free and hormone-free, cooked using sous vide methods. The chicken tikka masala in the 16-ounce size provides approximately 510 calories and 69 grams of protein with just 6 grams of total sugar. Single-serve frozen bowls run about 300 calories. The ingredient lists are short and completely recognizable. Chicken breast, coconut milk, spices, coconut aminos. No seed oils, no artificial anything. Available at Whole Foods, Target, Costco, Sprouts, and Walmart at roughly $5 to $7 for single-serve bowls. The one limitation worth noting is that the products are protein and sauce rather than complete meals, so you'll need to add your own sides like rice or vegetables. But when the ingredient list on your frozen dinner is shorter than most people's grocery receipts, that's a brand that's prioritizing quality over shortcuts. 1. Primal Kitchen. Taking the top spot as the best frozen meal brand you can buy right now, Primal Kitchen is one of the only frozen meal lines that is Whole30 approved, paleo-friendly, certified gluten-free, and keto-friendly. Every product uses avocado oil instead of seed oils. Proteins include cage-free dark meat chicken and grass-fed pasture-raised beef raised without antibiotics or hormones. No grains, no soy, no dairy, no refined sugar, and no artificial ingredients of any kind. But here's what really sets Primal Kitchen apart from everyone else on this list. The packaging. They use upcycled sugarcane fiber bowls manufactured without PFAS, the forever chemicals that are found in many frozen food containers. That directly addresses the microplastic and chemical leaching problem we discussed earlier. Bowls run approximately $7.99, and skillet meals about $12.99. Available at Whole Foods, Natural Grocers, Publix, and Amazon. The brand is owned by Kraft Heinz, which was acquired in 2019, and some clean food purists have questioned that corporate parent. But the product line operates as an autonomous unit, and the ingredient standards have remained intact. Portions tend to be smaller at 200 to 300 calories per bowl, making these better suited as lighter meals or paired with your own additions. With the cleanest ingredient list, the best certifications, and packaging designed to avoid the very chemical leaching that makes other frozen meals dangerous, Primal Kitchen earns the top spot. This is what a frozen meal should look like. There you have it. 10 frozen meal brands loaded with preservatives linked to cancer, sodium levels that can spike your blood pressure in a single sitting, and recall histories involving glass, plastic, rocks, and wood. Plus 4 brands that prove frozen meals don't have to be a chemistry experiment. Before your next grocery run, remember this. Flip the box over. If the ingredient list has more than 10 items you can't pronounce, put it back. Look for organic certifications, check the sodium per serving, and pay attention to who actually makes what you're eating. If this changed how you look at your freezer, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me which frozen meal brand shocked you the most. Share this with anyone in your family who still reaches for these products without reading the label. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss content exposing what's really in the food you eat every day. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.